every time you lose a loved one or someone that is well known, a celebrity, politician, or any other, any other person that you've heard of or that you know personally, it becomes very strange. Strange. I don't even know how to put it, man. But you know that feeling of knowing that this person is not coming back, whether you were close to them or not, but also the realization that life is very short, and that's no joke. So I got a message from a couple of people asking why am I not doing a video about the funeral in terms of how I saw the funeral and when you're fighting with your own feelings, have you had this notion that people will go to a funeral of someone that they don't know? Maybe they've gone there to accompany a friend and they start sobbing. And sometimes it's not even sobbing because you know this person. This person, I'll say personally, you have never met them, but you were accompanying a friend or someone that you know or someone that knows the person that is being buried, if you know what I mean. But you start feeling so sad, you cry your heart out, you are a mess. And obviously, as you grow, you do those things privately, but it just gets to you. And there was a time then when I was asking myself, why are people like that? Because, I was like everyone else. You don't know this person, so why are you crying? So why are you sad? But I realized that the reason why sometimes you go to a funeral of a stranger, in brackets, and you start having the very strangest feelings of sadness and you start crying even, it's because it sometimes wakens up some feelings that you've been keeping, that you have not been expressing as much as you should after you've lost someone, after you've lost something that was dear to you, after you've actually lost a parent, a sibling, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, a relative, that was very close to you. So it just takes you back. And I think that's what happened to Zahara's funeral for me. I wanted to do, obviously, as you know, that I did say that I was doing the updates and all of that. Yes, I was. But I'm telling you, I sat on videos because I was like, I can't even release this. I am not myself. I don't want to release this. I'm just going to keep it. Eventually, I'll just get rid of it. Or I'll just keep it as part of my archives because I was not okay. Today, I felt like I'm a bit okay. But also I was saddened by both the passing of Zahara, but also it actually evokes so much of sadness in me because I've lost so many people that are very close to me, and you will not believe it, and I'm not going to cry. Yeah, man. So when you see someone crying at a stranger's, in brackets, a funeral, you must know that this person is also mourning someone that left them. Maybe even it could be years ago. It could be a couple of months ago. It could be someone that you never even knew about because that was before you met this particular person. So please let them be. Just be that shoulder to cry on, but don't ask a lot of questions because when they're ready, they will definitely say what is it that's troubling them. And yes, sometimes you'd find out that those emotions are not just for the people that they knew personally, but it's also for the person that has actually passed on because this person starts realizing, Guti, guys, you don't know what is it? This is just a beginning of mourning. You know what I mean? I pay. This is just suskalo. Right now, you're talking about this person. You just this person is just gone, and you're thinking, okay, I'm still sad, but let me just see after a week. My friend, it doesn't work like that. You're gonna be seeing someone who looks like this person and will start crying. You're gonna be hearing or seeing a video or hearing a song that you used to play with this person. I am telling you, you will tear up. You will see a friend that was kind of a common denominator between the two of you. You will start crying. You see her or his colleagues that you've not seen for years. You start sobbing. It does not end. Guys, when it comes to losing someone that's close to you, it's something else. I'm telling you, it is something that I cannot explain. But like I said, I am okay now. And I feel for people that have lost their loved ones recently. Yes, I was very sad for Zahara. I was very sad because I felt like Zahara is very young. And I also felt like, yes, it's God's will. Yes, we've been saying that. Yes, when it's time, it's time. Yes, it's God's timing and it's always perfect. Yes, and yes, we need to have faith. But there are times when I'm like, but your God's will is just not fun, eh? It's not, Shem. It's not. Because how do you explain? This is someone who I would think she's a breadwinner. There are people that are really dependent on her the next thing she leaves. This is someone, as far as we know, who was going to start a new life with boyfriend, fiance, whatever, whatever, however you call the situationship. You know what I mean? But this was someone who was also young. This was someone who was so, who had so many things to achieve. Yes, in 12 years, achieved so much, 12 years in the industry, but I also felt like there was so much to be achieved by Zahara. I heard her talking about building a clinic where she comes from. That's a lot. This is someone who was just not talented. And I mean, she would say it, I'm not talented, but I'm gifted. Someone who was really gifted. Someone who participates, you hear this now and then when people say, even if your siblings, there's going to be that one. If you're not the only child, maybe when you're the only child, then you'll realize that, okay, you are participating yourself. But I mean, when you have siblings, you'll find out that one of your siblings, honestly speaking, the participation, because you will do all the things that you want to do, but I won't say it. And then this other one is doing the same, or maybe working harder, but eventually, you understand? But I always believe that everyone has got their moment where they shine. And sometimes those moments, they just go through our fingers and we don't see them, opportunities, and we let them go. And boom, that was the opportunity that you did not grab. That's why they always say, we live, but also we should take risks because you live once. So back to Zahara's funeral. Enough of rambling. Zahara's funeral, I would say it was very. It was. I mean, they really honored Zahara respectfully. I don't know whether my grandmother used to say that. Wow. But you could see that everyone that was there, it was there to contribute to a great send-off for Zahara. There was not any person, or didn't see any person, that was, or maybe one or two, I don't know, that I felt, hi, Shabans. No, don't start. What? But I think the rest, it was all about a very somber ambience, but also people went there to say to the family, and when I saw Zahara's mom, I don't want to say dancing, but freeing herself from this sadness and all of that, but to know that your child is gone, but knowing that your child made it in life, not just made it for herself, but made it for the legacy yakwaMkutukana. Understand? The legacy ye-siblings zakhe, the legacy kamamakhe and notatakhe, the legacy that would be respected by this country, South Africa, but also a legacy that will be respected by Africa, by the world. You understand? This is someone who has actually put South Africa and Africa on the map, like other artists will do, like other people will do. But uZahara has actually played that role. So thank you, Mama. Thank you, sweetheart. We love you. And I hear people are saying, why are you saying now you guys are loving her because you didn't show this much love? Guys, the fact that albums Zahara would shoot immediately when they are released and get platinum, this and this and that, gold, it's because of the love from people. Do you think that happened because of a team, the record company that was buying all of that, or that was sampling all the music? No, it was because of the love of the people who are fans, people that loved her music, people that loved her, Zahara army that fought for her when they needed to. So this notion that she was not loved, she was loved, yes. Maybe all of us could have done better. Maybe all of us could have just put pressure on the same ministers and the same people that have got authority in society I would guess nas, right? To pass the messages as Azishiwa nguZahara, messages that Zahara has always been, sending to us as communities to say, I'm not happy, go to these people and ask for my money. I think even the people that were at the funeral, whether you were one of the speakers, the guests, but as long as you had the authority, as long as you're from government, you're from you are a business person, or you know that your voice in the society is always taken into consideration. You know what I mean? So you could have done that. So I think all of us we're at fault because of that. Maybe we should have put pressure to those people, knowing that they should be saying something, and when they say something and when they listen, something could have been done. We guys toying to certain offices and doing all this talk and their lives and all of that, clearly they don't work. But then just shooting to the top and saying, we've been saying this and you're not listening. And if you are listening, please send your people that are supposed to be dealing with this situation. And I mean, there's a lot of other musicians, other people, business people, normal people that are right now not at a good space because of how they're treated by authorities. And that is where I'm saying not just certain people were supposed to be playing a role. I think all of us, and we loved her, but all of us could have done something. And when it comes to people that are very close to her, the friends, maybe because, when you love someone, and obviously this person has got their own way of and sometimes they're even stubborn, like we had that, she would be stubborn. And being stubborn, it doesn't mean that you don't listen to other people. It's just that you always come across as saying, you know what, I hear you, but I hear you, but this is my point. So, and sometimes you do come across as ignorant, but you're not. So even the people that were close to her, what I'm trying to say is that I'm sure they tried to help her where they could, but also they didn't want to hurt her. This is someone that comes to you to tell you, this thing is hurting me. And the next thing you are like, just go this way. This route is not right. Or maybe try this way. You understand? So you also don't want to make them like, oh, okay, I've been telling you and you know that I'm suffering and you think that I'm not doing much. I'm doing so much. And of all people, you don't understand how much I've cried, how much I've fought. We are disappointed because I didn't expect that from you. So sometimes that's why people that are close to you, it will be like they did not do much, because here we are now with the situation. I'm not even talking about Zahara, by the way. But what I'm saying is that we must also understand and respect that those people that were close to her, they also respected her. They didn't want her to, obviously they knew how deep the situation was, so they didn't want her to go into an extent where she would do something that they would regret, So, but like we say, intando kaNkulunkulu, intando kaBaba, intando kaThixo ezinyanya, silapha ngoku. uZahara is normal. A very dignified funeral, very, very dignified, I must say. Thank you to everyone that was there. Thank you to the family for keeping it close, man. The fans for keeping it tight. To everyone, people that were watching online, you gave so much love to Zahara from the beginning until the end, and it really showed. Zahara could have started early 12 years ago, and we wouldn't even know nothing about her. The other thing that I loved is the fact that the mention of the person that started the ball rolling, if I may put it that way, Olweto Oyana, I felt like that was recommended, because sometimes people don't even get to the bottom of it. Okay, you were there, but then who gave you that opportunity by seeing the talent, or by seeing the person you are, that you know what, you don't actually belong here. Even at work, there will be that person that says, come to my office, I need to talk to you. You don't belong here. You belong here because you are here, but there's so much for you. You are either intelligent or you got this. Even if it's your teacher, it's also good for people to shine a spotlight on those people. Siyabulela Ncebane. The mother, being a mother, you are there for your child. Being a father, you are there for your child. The siblings, who even said, this is someone that so how would we had her? So we are just as devastated as everyone else that was close to her. So yeah, man. Yeah, maybe to the people that also supported her when she started, the teams that were part of the journey, they might have fluffed it somehow, because that's what she said, But yeah, man, thank you to you guys also, because that's how we knew her, But yeah, my friend, a dignified funeral. But again, is, now that you've watched funeral kaZahara, has it actually done anything to you? Do you see yourself moving from Apukona in terms of growth, or starting from scratch? Because it happened like towards the end of the year. Soon it's going to be the 1st of January 2024, whether you start your year during your birthday or on your birthday, or whether it's the beginning of the year. It doesn't really matter whether it's an African calendar. It doesn't matter whether it's a Jewish calendar. It doesn't really matter. Whatever you believe in. Do you think that you've taken something from Zahara's life and said, I need to show up, I'm not showing up? Maybe this is just a quarter of me. Something is holding me back. Are you willing to just take off those shackles, man, and be yourself and be counted, so that tomorrow when people talk about me and you and her and all of us, they can say you were here? Thank you so much, my friend. Have a beautiful day tomorrow. It's Christmas Day. May you enjoy it with your family members. If you are not with family, may you enjoy it, man, wherever you are. If you're in hospital, oh man, our hearts are with you. If you are one of the people that are actually mourning as we speak, we just heard about someone who's just passed on from accidents or whatever, we are with you. But to everyone else that is enjoying Christmas, believing in Christmas, enjoy tomorrow. Merry Christmas. I shall see you on the next one.